What's going on, my creatures of the night? Once again, this is JD doing another album review for you guys today. This album I've really enjoyed for sure. Again, wanted to thank new subscribers and yep, all of that. Thank you to Cover Killer Nation for mentioning my channel again in the stream. If it weren't for Cover Killer Nation, I wouldn't even be doing these album reviews. But yeah, this album is by the German Panzer. I believe that's what it's called. The album is called Send Them All to Hell. I actually really enjoyed this album. It's quite the hard and heavy album, and it's really able to get your blood pumping. Not to mention some of the guitar work in various songs on this album. It incorporates various different styles into into particular songs even. You can also tell that this album is very war themed, I guess. You can look at the cover, it's got like a tank on it and everything, which is totally badass. But yeah, we start with a song called Death Knell, and it starts with quite a heavy guitar riff. It's very old school, against the grain sound, with a little touch of the modern heavy metal sound as well. The lyricism is awesome in this song. It's a very fast-paced, exciting track, but it does slow down the tempo at some point in the song into a sludgier breakdown to focus on the guitar solo. But the song eventually speeds up as the guitar shredding begins. We then go on to the song called Hail and Kill. The song I kind of enjoyed too. It's got various different vocal styles in one song, which was quite cool. Also the changes in the tempo, which keep the listener very interested. The song is very evil themed, I guess you can say. It's a very evil song. It's definitely an angry track, something you can definitely listen to when you're quite pissed off. Once again, this album is a hard and heavy war-themed album. Here and there you do hear hints of power metal in some tracks such as Temple of Doom. But this album is essentially a pure against the grain heavy metal album. We then go on to one of the songs, one of my favorite songs on the album is called Panzer. Panzer's another good song. There's constant change in the guitar riffs. There's heavier grooves in some parts and shredding in other parts, which they try and incorporate both together to synchronize quite well together as well. The song also has a small hint of that old school thrash metal sound to it. The vocals are awesome in this track. They really remind me of early 90s, late 80s Slayer. There's a good guitar solo in the break that continues even through tempo changes. I really liked this song for sure because of that specific reason. It's one of my favorites off the album. Another song I really want to point out is Freak Show. The opening guitar riff in this song kind of resembles Motorhead. I'm a huge Motorhead fan, so this song in general has a bit of that old school Motorhead speed metal like sound, which is really cool. I just had to point that out. One thing I noticed with this album is, while it has that hard and heavy metal bass or core, this album explores so many different areas of metal through different songs, but they're able to do it in a way that it doesn't allow any song to sound too random or out of place. They definitely do stick to their core and just layer small amounts of different sounds onto that core. Mr. No Brain is another song that's got some wicked heavy guitar shredding in it. One thing I really admire is the fact that this album keeps you hyped up throughout the whole album, rather than having one or two opening songs that start you off at a very exciting pace, but then bore you later in the album, or tend to tone things down a bit later in the album. Also, the guitar throughout this entire album, it's not too complicating. You'll get these cool, sludgy grooves or riffs, very old school, very simple, and you'll even get solos, but they aren't too complex. But at the same time, they aren't too simple. It's not too simplistic. So you can definitely still enjoy it. All in all, this is quite an awesome album. I really don't have anything bad to say about this album. I wanted to thank the person who requested this album because you definitely got me into it, and I really dug it. So thank you very much, and do comment any requests you have below. I will gladly get them done as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching my Creatures of the Night. Starting to get more and more of you guys every week, and I thank each and every one of you for that. And yeah, have a great afternoon. Rock on, my fellow brothers. Arc United, album reviewing community united.